Yeah, guys, what up? Welcome. How y'all doing? Hope everyone is doing very well heading into the weekend or already celebrating their early Saturday morning. Not mentioning anyone in specific here, of course. Kappa. The word's hard. It's been a long week. Guess that's what's the only reason for my freaking speech impediment all of a sudden. But I am very excited for the war. Looks like it's been accepted right on time. Oh, even a minute early. Damn, these guys are ready. Alright, nice. We have a double header for you guys today. It's gonna be first a war of Southern eSports versus Marcos eSports. I think, but let me check that real quick. Where is the schedule? Here's the schedule. It is the Oracles Cup round of 16. Which reminds me, let's get that logo active. Welcome in, by the way, to Bobby and Omar. Appreciate you guys being here so quickly and being so hyped about everything. And afterwards, we have, let me check that as well, because I got sent to me by rule. Just gonna scroll down for a sec. Where is it? It is the Parmaholics Cup. Probably around the 256, I think. And that's gonna be Neptune eSports versus FruchtLabor Academy. And that's gonna be spinning pretty much right during this war still. But it should be timed in such a way where we don't miss any attacks due to careful and extensive planning. Especially since this one was accepted 1 minute early. And before I forget it, let me get a prediction going. Yo, Rudas, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. We have Saturn eSports and we have Marcos eSports. Let me get that. Let's see. We have how much left? 2 minutes, so we can get. Oh, if I could click on the 10-minute prediction, then perfect. There we go. Hope you are doing well with us. But damn, you guys were quick to jump on this. That's awesome. Let me just quickly shut down my Discord, just because I don't need it during the war, hopefully. I shouldn't need it, to be honest. Just wanted to see. No, that's appreciated, Bobby. Yeah, doing good. Happy that I survived my Friday at work. Just because that means now there's only one night between me and going to TwitchCon. Which reminds me, I do have to actually set my alarm for tomorrow morning. Because I want to be in Rotterdam by 9 AM, so I gotta basically wake up at... let me think how... words and thoughts and stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be 7 AM. Cool. Alarm set. 4, yeah, no. Luckily not. Luckily it's only like an hour and a half away, I think. Let me actually verify that real quick. Ooh, good song. Just gonna see from my address to there. Why do I not get that first? Weird. Cool. I want to go there tomorrow and arrive at... Scroll upwards to 9 AM. I forgot EU TwitchCon. Oh, yeah. It is so Saturday, surely no stream from my side, but I hope I have enough energy in order to stream on Sunday. If my math is helping me out correctly, that's not going to show here, of course, because it's not a battle base event. We should have enough. Where is it? Wait, what? Huh? Where'd it go? Could have sworn there was freaking... That's so weird. Where the frick did that go? I could have sworn there was treasure hunt. Apparently I was mistaken though. But okay, cool. Or did it end last night? Huh? That would be weird though, honestly. Oh well. Must be mistaken, but that's fine. But yeah, let's see. If I leave my house at 7:30, I'll be there right about at 9. So that's indeed correct still. Let's see though. In the meantime, we are in Battle Day barely. So let's see what we got. Of course, starting off with the side of Marcus Esports. We got Ruffy, we got Jack, we got Arrow, we got Amervex, and we got Saubhagia, which I think actually is one of the more experienced players of Marcos Esports. But then on the side of Saturn Esports, we got a Sorcier, we got Elf, we got Ripper, we got Jetin, and we got PJ, who of course is our Belgian powerhouse. And then right underneath him on the list is the Indian Goat. And we're gonna claim from Sorcier on number 4, so wouldn't be surprised to see him attack towards the early part of the war. And don't forget to get in on the predictions there. At least if you want a chance at winning some channel points. to the knockout stage. There they emerged victorious in the round of 128 against Amazing Clan 12-10. They then beat TD Hispano 11-11%. That was actually pretty close because the difference was only 1.2% in that war, so 6 buildings between them. And then just like Southern Esports, in the round of 32 they had a very, very big victory again as well, 13-9. But they beat Beast Slayer. And that, of course, brings them both to the round of 16 in which they face off against each other. So let's see. Now I'm just gonna pull up the competitive Clash network. And let's see, in the head-to-head record of recent matches, we have it currently being 1-1. Because in the... I guess both matches took place in the FFH Tesla Cup. And in that one, we already have the first hit in it is PJ. So let's see, we're gonna focus on that. PJ coming in with the Mass Dragon Riders, brings in a few Inferno Baby Dragons as well to help out. Of course, we want some non-defense targeting units in with the defense targeting units. And we are gonna be starting off with this Dragon Duke Walk. We'll be taking advantage of the Electrofangs, chaining onto different buildings in the vicinity of the one that we're attacking. Oh, it looks nice to have the chaining going on. Seems to already be double stacking his invis. No wait. Oh yeah, because we have the Angry Jelly on the Dragon Duke and not the Spirit Fox that we're sometimes used to. That means that we are maybe gonna be seeing a little bit of a RC charge type thingy going on. But in the meantime, we're first gonna be coming in with the Dragon Riders, the Inferno Baby Dragons, and of course the two air heroes, being the Minion Prince and the Warden. Nice Warden ability, but I hope that the stuff goes into the tunnel at some point a little bit, because right now it doesn't seem like it will. Of course, we can't just rely on the RC taking it, like despite the fact that we've just deployed her on the far side. He wouldn't even go for the Town Hall. I guess we're hoping for the Dragon Duke to get it or something. As for the rest, path thing is looking rather terrible, and the fact that the Guardian is still up is also not making it any better. Alright, Dragon Duke gets revived. Overgrowth and a Rage down, but it is not looking good. Looking like a big fat 1-star here. RIP 60% 1-star for PJ. What a way to start this one off. Let's say doozy. Very, very unexpected. Yeah, you can say that. That's probably putting it mildly. Leaving out some... leaving out some swear words probably as well. Or at least some other NSFW stuff. Or I should say NSFT, I guess, not safe for Twitch. I don't know. We can definitely say though that it's not the way you want to start this one. Though to be fair, if there are one stars coming, they can both be coming from or they can be coming from both the sides, so we shouldn't worry yet. All right, Rafi is in for the team of Marcos eSports. His Dragon Duke got destroyed and he had to double stack invis when she's true. But I kind of found it also weird that he had the Spirit Fox not on the Duke. I kind of felt like it was a bit of a necessity that the Duke had the Spirit Fox when you do attacks like that. But I'm sure he had his reasons. But that does kind of explain why I was already seeing him double cycle the invis. Because there was no non-double cycling it. Let's see what the RC is rocking. E-boots and a haste vial. In the meantime, we got a massive RC charge going. Still keeping the Fox alive as well. Going to be coming in clutch. Barely keeping the Fox alive. Dropping the invis spells with big precision. Again, that base, yeah. Well, I guess if it's been holding out well, then you might as well just keep using it, retrap it if needed. Because I feel like not every potential triple against the base warrants a base to be trashed. If it's lucky or just easier to retrap than to you have him ready for nice. But if it's easier to retrap or like tweak than to build a new base, then I am not at all surprised that they would retrap. Right, vulnerability being used. This is looking pretty good. Let's see, do we have revives? No revives. See if the backhand can have any hope of defending this. We still have Dragon Duke ability and the Minion Prince ability. Looks like Dragon Duke ability was just used as I said that. And there goes Minion Prince ability. I think this one is GG. Except for time maybe. That's the only savior here. Yeah, time is potentially gonna be the savior here, especially on that gold storage on the... Yep. 96% for Rafi, nice try. Loved the RC charge, it was looking decent. Or the... Was it RC? I think, yeah, it was. That base is OP. I would love to hear some defense stats on that base, honestly. I feel like Jetson has been running it as long as I've known about the existence of Saturn.
You can do whatever the fuck you want, but if you walk this way, you better fit in or fuck off. Fit in or fuck off.
But it looks like both offense and defense have their work cut out for them from Saturn's side. Let's see how they're gonna do that. Sorcerer in on Sabagya. Coming in with Snowlow. Love to see that one. Let's see. Dragon Duke with the backpack. It's already shaping up to be a great attack, and I've not even seen it happen yet. E-boots and haste vial on the RC. Small RC charge to get the scatter shot. Hopefully aiming for a air defense as well. There we go. Yep, and the or the gear up tower. We'll mainly deal with the... Yeah, we'll deal with the bulk of that CC. Dragon Duke in now versus enemy queen. And let's zoom out quickly so we can follow its path of destruction and get across the base. And of course that was kind of expected for him to then come in with the Lalo from that side. Or the Snowlo, I should say. Nice freeze on the Revenge Tower and the Super Wiz Tower. And then the... Ooh, wow, that worked out pretty nicely. The popping of the Ice Hound over the other Super Wiz Tower and the Minion Prince. And then the third Ice Hound popping over another set of great defenses. Might have to do something about the two Fire Spitters though. That could be potentially dangerous. Perfect freaking Warden ability. Look at that, bro. Wow. Ooh, overgrowth on the back end. Love to see it. And that one goes down. Perfect. This one looking decent. Hoping to make something out of that Warden, or sorry, that Minion Prince ability and the last free spell. Pretty decent distraction of those air targeting heroes in the Guardian. And then, ooh, even going as far as to freeze. I think this one is gonna run short though due to the backhand splash defenses. Unless the heroes can be OP here. Oh, we do have a revive. No, this one is potentially mainly gonna be time, I think, even. Pretty much. Gonna revive the RC. That is a super clutch move. Freaking Source Share coming through for his team with a triple. Yeah, because at this point it's not even gonna be time, even if he wanted it to be. Freaking G, what an attack. OPAF. Wow. That, my friends, was insane. And that's why Lalo is such an important part of any meta in my mind. Or should always be such an important part of any meta. But honestly, the way also that those Ice Hounds kept popping over the important defenses was also just amazing. And a great way to come back from that 1-star. Of course, now most likely it's only going to be a percent difference when the next hit comes in. Right, next hit is going to be arrow in on PJ. Not sure if he's using the base that held a 1-star defense recently. Looks like we're zapping out a spell tower and a super wizard tower. And a multi-inferno, I just noticed. It's always fun when these bases are like symmetrical, or at least have similar compartments on both the sides. Because that way I could just look here what used to be there and see what used to be over there. It was easy to see what was zapped out, because sometimes you're like, okay, yeah, I see zap being used, but no clue what was there. Right, they're coming in with the throwers, going a little bit back into the metas. They get a wall break in on that corner compartment here, or at least on the T-junction of that compartment. Worked out well. But in this case, the throwers are kind of struggling, you can already tell. Oh wow, almost got access in. Oh, got full access into that freaking scatter or the monolith compartment. To be able to poison up the CC. And Queen takes out the scatter shot. Nice, or scatter shot monolith. Jesus. Oof, but that revenge tower is gonna be still standing, as well as for some reason that air sweeper, which is gonna get not even taken out now. We're on for a big defense here. Look at that. But of course we should never count out the Dragon Duke. So since there are no revives, I doubt that this is gonna be a triple. Of course, it will still be a decent percent, and there will indeed still be a percent gap in in favor of Marcos eSports, but it won't be as big as it was before. It looks like we did have one revive, or at least we did have some revives, but they were used already when I said that we didn't have any. But now with 80% on the board, let's see how many revives that we have. Probably just one. Yep. Gonna be an 80% 2-star, and that's gonna bring the gap back to a very manageable to 3.2%. 16 buildings still, so it's not easy, but it is way more manageable than the 36 that it was before. So far, again, defense coming through for Southern Esports, as a lot of times before it has proven very, very worthwhile. So let's see. I'm kind of hoping that Saturn Esports can keep up that those nice hits in the same way that we just saw Sorshare, I think, destroy a base. Was it Sorshare? Yeah, it was Sorshare. I think at this point it's almost safe to call everyone their powerhouse, where will be replaced with the country that they're from, because all these players are such OP players. Kind of curious though, and I want to see if I can quickly find that. Oh, we kind of wait for this attack to get started from Elf, who is indeed once again going back to his trusty E-Drags. Let's see. Maybe starting with the RC charge after he had deployed a few rocket loons. Getting some side defenses, but is gonna go down now.
You said that we would always be. Without you, I feel lost at sea. Through the darkness, you'd hide with me.
Right, early AF warning ability here, but that's kind of what we're used to from E-Drags. Gonna be trying to distract the logger, but not gonna work. Not sure why, honestly. Figured it should always distract at all costs when it's in range. Apparently that's not entirely true. It's gonna get the E-Drags onto the town hall though, so that's good. And it is gonna chain onto the crafted defense in the lava launcher as well. Ooh, good distractions on the gear up tower. Hoping he's gonna have enough strength to make it through. Revenge charge is gonna be a hell of a defense right now to get through though. Does have one more free spell, and we'll have the Dragon Duke up as might go down actually. Minute on the clock. Dragon Duke is not gonna go down. He's gonna try and save it with the free spell. I hope he succeeds. We'll have to... Nope, doesn't succeed in keeping that up. But regardless, he's already looking into a decent 90% hit. Kind of curious because these E-Drags, except for the one, are all very, very low. And of course, being in the final bit of this attack, indeed, yeah, the Revenge Tower is just a menace to deal with. So it is going to be a 92% for Elf. Good attack, nice try. Just wanted to see though, for example, for PJ, just looking at the hit rates. In the May season, PJ is 6 for 13. Well, now 6 for 14, unfortunately. But I was kind of trying to figure it out overall. That 34, 24, 52, 71, 75, 79. That's right, but let's first go and dive into this Sabhagya hit. And we coming in with, of course, dragons and dragon riders. The combination right now that is so OP. And that's also the one that I'm using. Just not with the Electro Fangs, because mine are a little underleveled. I think right now I got them at like level 11, I believe. Or is he not using... No, he's gonna also go with Backpack. Guess I kind of got thrown off by the fact that he was using the Invis. But he did manage to kind of line it up nicely onto the Revenge Tower. Only for the Dragon Duke to get destroyed. Because Mad Headhunter CC. Kind of 4 or 5 just like that. And then 2 Furnaces, I think. Or 1. No, just 1 and a Witch. Or 2 maybe. Don't know how that works out in capacity, but at least a Witch, a Furnace, and a bunch of Headhunters, I think, is what I saw. So let's see. Of course, in order for Southern Esports to claw back the difference that they're facing in this hit, this would have to be a 76% 2-star or lower. Which doesn't seem too realistic. But we'll see what the difference will be after this hit. As long as this hit is below a 92, it's definitely gonna shrink the gap. It looks like... Wow. Okay, this is actually gonna be way closer to that 76% mark than I thought it would be. Right now it's exactly at 76, that's kind of creepy. He is going to be able to get it just above the 76% though, so 77 is what it's going to end at. So right now, guys, just a 1 freaking building in it. Look at that, 0.2% in Marco's eSports advantage still. But that's, again, a way better of a position to be in than down by 1 star and 36%. So let's see. Now it's up to definitely Jetin, but also Ripper to actually pull this one out of the bag and bring it home for the boys. And make them progress into the quarterfinals of the Oracles Cup. Next hit is in. It's going to be Jetin, so Ripper's going to be the closing attacker for Saturn eSports. Jetin in the meantime coming in with a Super Motors, very funky base layout. Let's see what we got though. Looks like we are rocking the Electrofangs on the Dragon Duke. Should be able to take care of the CC quite easily without pulling more. There we go. Nice. Gonna get the crafted defense as well. Or not. We're gonna make it invisible. Oh, there we go. Now we're gonna get it. Barely. Alright, nice little chunk of this base cut out. And make it possible to go right into the monolith and the one scatter shot. And indeed that is the sort of funnel that he's setting up at this point. I was about to say, let's hope the queen doesn't steal the healers. That will be a little annoying. Double Ice Golem leading the charge eventually. Because queen has her own meat shield and healers. Well, healing, I should say. In the meantime, king on the top side. Of course, we are still boasting that a revive spell. Be more totem spells as well, which are going to be very useful around the town hall. And as such, are going to be used around the town hall. Alright, there goes that 2-star at least. That's good. Enemy queen has no chance to survive, luckily. Let's see, this one looking pretty decent, I would say. Oh, we still even had an invis. Cool. Goated freaking Dragon Duke as always. But also goated bowlers. Let's see how lucky he's gonna get with the bounces. Not lucky to me at this point. But this one is looking like a big fat triple. Jetin delivering as always. Yes sir. Destroying the base of Rafi. Let's go. Jesus freaking. Oops, I just joined the voice channel, not sure why. I guess because I saw a tag there, but it was some spammer dude. Alright, this is gonna make it big fat pressure on Marcos eSports. Gonna have to keep that triple train going. Or at least gonna have to keep up the attacks at a high level. And there's Jack on a Ripper's base. Also a little bit funky, not gonna lie. Gonna be coming in with the mass drags. Also pretty decently sized RC charge probably gonna be coming in. So Bobby, how you're holding up with like little sleep? music energetic enough for you to sort of stay awake, or? Ooh, again, a lot of stuff coming from that CC. I'll go back to back. Gotcha. Yeah, good. That's the good thing of it being Saturday, I guess. Now in with the drags right into that CC spam coming in. Dragon Duke in from the top side does rock the Electro Fangs. But also kind of getting his ass kicked by the defenses over there. Especially that one scatter shot. It's gonna take it out. Right, down goes the Town Hall, but then getting into the backside of this base is gonna be very, very bad. Right, nice late vulnerability, but probably gonna be working out for the better here. You still have one revive as well, which exactly should be used on the Dragon Duke and no other hero. Well, unless your name is Jeton and you're going to be using it to get rid of the defenses that are hitting your main group of troops. But in this case, the Dragon Duke was the only logical and right choice. But I think it is safe to say that we're going to be seeing an advantage for Saturn Esports after this set of hits. Especially because the main goated defense in the form of the Revenge Tower still up. So good luck getting through that this late into the attack. That's going to mean into the final set of hits. We are going to be seeing an 87% 2-star here from Jack. Which is going to mean that the difference going into the final set of hits is going to be 1 star and a 12%. Yeah, I did math that correctly. Nice. That's cool. Because I knew it was 13% that was dropped on this hit, but I knew that Marcus Esports went into the 4th set of hits 1% ahead. So I'm glad my brain still worked this late on Friday. But let's see for Jeton, for example. Ooh, for this season, he is 6 for 10. Nice. And overall, he is 8, 17, 24, 29, 35 for 27, 43, 47, 57, 67, 43 for 92, I think. And then for Ripper, of course, we are still looking. He is currently 7 for 14 in the May season. And overall, he is 16, 22, 30, 31, 39, 41 for 19, 25, 44, 57, 71, 94, 44 for 94. Pretty much hit rates that I can only dream of. But let's actually see if he can make that a 45 for 95 right now. I want to come on. I want a triple dance indeed. Show me the way to destroy this base. I'm taking a nice advantage of the chain ability of these buildings. Hopefully able to get that Revenge Tower out of the way. Except for the fact that he just made it invis, so that's not the greatest. And again makes it invis. It's gonna chain onto it though. But now not anymore. Gonna chain back onto it, yes. Now doesn't make it invis, there we go. Oh, but get blown out of the way, but does get it, nice, cool. Alright, nice little chunk of the base that's taken out. RC in the meantime has tried her best to get through some stuff on the opposite side of the base. It's gonna also be able to cut out a nice chunk. Only defense that's kind of annoying, that's still up on the other side where the Dragon Duke was let in, is the ricochet cannon. Alright, nice warden ability. Logger should be getting distracted or, well, fully taken out, that's also fine. Like, no complaints from me if that's the case. And there goes Town Hall, very, very nice. And of course, we do gotta keep in mind anything above an 88% 2-star is gonna be a big fat W for Saturn Esport. Still do have that Minion Prince ability. We just revived the Dragon Duke, and we still have a totem spell in hand as well. Gets used right now, as does the Minion Prince ability. Let's see, he does have 2 minions in his hand still, as well as 2 archers. And this one looking definitely very decent, honestly. Hard to say how much health those troops have, but let's see if that Warden can clutch up. Yes, Warden can indeed clutch up and make it 88. The Archer is gonna make it 89. Come on, Archer, we got it. Yes, 90% is in. A big fat W's in chat. They have just come back from a 1-star and to a big fat win. Because it's gonna be 90 through 2. 1. Sure. But if we take a look at the percentages right now, we can see that there is a 20.6% difference right now with only 1 attack to go from Marcus Esport. So that's going to mean that they cannot overcome the percent gap even if they triple. So GG. Ding. Okay. Amervax is in on a Soshare. Gonna be coming in with Dragon Riders. I'm assuming. Yep. There we go. Nice. Electra Fangs on the Dragon Duke. It's honestly kind of funny because this song is called Lessons in Love and you just were insinuating stuff about a certain... Never mind, let me stop the joke there. See, I learned stuff from at some point. Guess it's a good thing that I can partially blame it on the fact that it's Friday, that I'm not the smartest. Right, now coming in with those drags. Guys have kind of popping out of the way so that they're not the best. Of course, only the greatest can do stuff with like an ice block spell to keep it somewhere where it's actually useful. But you know, it doesn't matter. Jeez, how long does that freaking freeze effect stay there? What the hello? Right, to start is in. Earthquake in on the backend defenses. Interesting delayed RC. It looks like we might be ending with the triple from Marco's side as well. To make it even more clutch that the percent was already high enough. And indeed it is going to be a triple from Marcus eSports as well to end this war. So let's close out the prediction even though no one bet on it. Yo Mark, welcome in. How you doing? Right, big GG's to Saturn Esports making it to the round of 8 here in the Hourglass Cup. Let's right away get a new prediction in. Let's make that 5 minutes. Neptune eSports. FruchtLabor. Oh, if I can type FruchtLabor Academy. Doing good, doing good. Yeah, a little tired from a long work week, but you know, nothing to really complain about. Let me quickly pull up the clan tag for Neptune eSports though. There. That is a hashtag 9P9. Did I say that? Nope. PJPY. G2D should be it. Yes, sir. Neptune eSports. There we go. Join. I suppose I should probably specify the fact that I'm a Farmaholics Cup streamer. And we're in right away. Let's see, they should already be in War Day, but we have only missed one attack from Crane Light, which was a 64% 2-star. Let me quickly also adjust the titles. And of course, guys, if you're enjoying the show and you want to stay up to date with whenever I go live, feel free to join the Discord. Link provided just now by the bot. Just quickly adjusting the titles here. There we go, that's all up and done. And we will quickly go through the lineups. For FruchtLabor, we have Ruben Vega, we got a Crane Light, we got Invictus, we got Lala, and we got a Domi. And for Neptune eSports, we got a Cool Groove, a Wits, a GFFFT, we got a Tofu, and we got a Rihan. Wow, okay. Some nice names in there. And we are good right before the first hit from Neptune actually gonna be coming in. Good thing that they were Team B for this one, and it is gonna be Cool Groove kicking us off for this one. Comes in with the Super Bowlers. Okay. Starts with a little RC. No, not RC. Dragon Duke walk. Not sure why I keep saying RC when I mean Dragon Duke. That's what I'm getting at, yeah. Yo, Invictus, welcome. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Right, Dragon Duke gets his ability popped, even though that's going to be a passive ability on both ends, so I'm not going to be doing anything. And it is going to be taken out now by the CC and the defenses. Alright, boulders into the Town Hall. Let's see what we're rocking. Spiky Ball, Magic Mirror, and the action figure. And the Heroic Torch and the Eternal Tome on the Warden. Which is pretty much, well, I wouldn't say a given. I have been told that you can definitely play bowlers without the torch. But I feel like it is going to make the attack a lot easier when you have the torch. Even though it might make pathing a bit more unpredictable as well. As you can see over here, it's kind of splitting up splitting up all over the place. Right, we're reaching that 2-star percent now. We do have the revive still. And we're gonna revive the Dragon Duke right away. It looks like this attack is gonna end with an advantage for Neptune eSports after hit 1. Question is gonna be, how big is that advantage? But with a little bit of knife chain ability, it looks like we are looking at about 75-76ish percent. Maybe 77 if we're lucky with the archers. But that's gonna come down to time. And we do get it. Nice. Gonna mean a 13% difference after one hit. Nice. A job to Cool Groove. Thank you for the follow, Lemon Jaguar. Appreciate you. Do want to ask you to keep the chat in English or Dutch to make sure that me and my mods can actually follow along with what's being said. And someone's Discord account has German is into. That's true. Though I do gotta tell you that I'm not as fluent in German as I am in Dutch, unfortunately. If I were fluent in German, you would have been able to speak German as well in chat. Because then I would have been able to tell what you're saying, or at least like about more or less what you're saying. But in this case, yeah. I do want to ask you to keep it in German, or not in German, sorry, in Dutch or English. Alright, second hit from FruchtLabor Academy. Cool, appreciate you understanding. Alright, it's gonna be Invictus coming in. Of course, he was just in chat. Alright, gonna be seeing the Dragon Duke fly across the base, leaving a trail of destruction. And then with the giant arrow across the base as well in a cross configuration. That is mainly gonna be damaging a bunch of buildings in the core, but not gonna be taking many of them out. So let's see, moving in with the Drags and Dragon Riders right into the Town Hall. Nice warden ability, able to protect pretty much everything there. I was about to say, we do look to be running double tome. Town Hall does go down, nice. And I would advise him to probably start using the totem spells as well. Overgrowth also a good shout. I feel like a lot of his troops have gone down unnecessarily here, unfortunately. He's going to be using the tomes to protect the Dragon Duke though. But that's always a good call as well. Next tome's coming down. Next one as well, just one more remaining. He's gonna use that one as well, even though he might have been better off using it in a way to protect him from the Revenge Tower. Nice. Yeah, that's a good sentence to know. But we are gonna be ending here with about a 70% 2-star, maybe 71. To be fair, one archer should be able to get a gold mine in more than a minute. Or less than a minute, I should say. Should be able to get through it with more than a minute remaining. That's, I guess, what I wanted to say. Now the question is, will it move into range? No, might even get 72%. probably I am gonna be calling it a night after this war. Just because I have to get up on time tomorrow. And I do want to be able to like chill a little bit before heading to bed. And indeed, it is going to end at 72 for Invictus. Nice try. I think that might have been able to go better with a bit earlier usage of those totem spells to protect you from the fire spitter. But of course, that's easier to say after the fact. But let's see how this one develops. And let's hope I don't fall asleep. I feel like Bobby right now. Only then minus the stress, probably. Right, there we go. Next hit in, it is Spicy Tofu. And with the Dragon Duke walk onto the double Super Wiz Tower. Ooh, through the arrows, let's get some chaining off on the Town Hall actually. And now the reverse is gonna happen. It's gonna be able to fully take care of the enemy minion prince. Of course, that's not nearly as important as getting the Town Hall, which he will achieve as well. Even get through the enemy Dragon Duke. And that's gonna make getting the enemy Guardian way less of a priority. He might still get it. Maybe on the death damage. Nope, not even. Rip. Right, now in with the Super Bowlers. Love to see it. Ooh, Super Bowler's taking a big hit from the Guardian. So, good move to pop that Warden ability, getting them all protected up with the Eternal Tome. And then the healers can do their thing a little bit to get them healed back up to more health. Oh, they're really not able to fire on that builder hut. That's annoying. Ooh, Warden kind of saving the day a little bit, but not really, because not able to keep them alive. The Queen still has her ability. I feel like we want to probably revive the Dragon Duke like 3 years ago by now. Because of course he can easily get good value there still, especially with the totem spell we still have left too. Not sure what Tofu is waiting for. Hopefully he's getting spotted. Yeah, it does finally revive the Dragon Duke. And indeed does use the totem spell as well there. Nice. Gonna make this actually pretty decent percent. We're gonna probably not gonna reach into the 90s, but it's gonna get close. 87 is definitely gonna be secured. 88 should be secured as well in like 2 shots. Might even be... no, won't reach into the 90s. Exactly. 88. Good percent though. Let's see what we have difference-wise right now. 33% is 27.2. Which means we're currently looking at a 5.8% gap. In other words, 29 buildings. Does that make sense? 88 and 77 versus 72 and 64. So yeah, that is 16 and 23. So that's it. Wait, can I math? Yeah, wait, huh? Hello? 165. And what is this added up? 136. Yeah, so that is 29. I'm just dumb. Cool. I can math, but I'm just dumb. Cool. Guess that's better than I can't math, but I'm still dumb. As that was the other option. In the meantime, sorry for that. We are missing a part of the hit from Domi. Assuming if I can click on it. Yeah, we are going to be seeing the Dragon Duke's Meteor backpack. Or we saw it. If I would have noticed that he already used it. Does find Tornado Trap going into the Town Hall. That's not the nicest. Yeah, I can math. Yeah, same. Never done it before, but I can. To be fair, anyone can. Except for when you're already not with us anymore. But that's something different that we're not going to go into. Let's see. Would have probably gone with a revive on the Duke already. Especially given the fact that the overgrowth is going to, of course, wear off at a certain point as well. So you might as well take advantage of it while you can. But now the Duke is already taken out way early as well. Or way quickly. Note to self, I need to actually remember to set up my TwitchCon app still. Let's see the first 1% that Adobe can reach. Looks like we're hitting at about 65, maybe 66. Yeah, we should be able to get 66 on the gold mine. Yep. Not as 1% higher though. Good. And I sure as hell wasn't gonna make a joke about 1% higher than 66. I feel like my current mental state couldn't handle that. I was about to say, unless someone gives you that amount of subs, but I think then I'll legit cry if someone does that. But of course, feel free to test it out if you don't trust me. Yeah. Wait, how much would that even be? Jesus, that would be 335 euros if I'm correct. That is insane if someone were to do that. Yeah, oh cool. Thanks for fact checking me, lol. Alright, GFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFffffff We're gonna be coming in with super bonus again. I was kind of thinking of someone that would be actually crazy enough to do it, but I really legit, like genuinely can't think of anyone that would be crazy enough to do that. Unless like some of those freaking a rich dudes making YouTube videos comes to the channel and is like, yeah, if you do this and this challenge, I'll give you whatever. But like, I know that they're like real and actually doing that, but then on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, well, what's the chance of them actually coming to your channel? Because I think in general they will pick streamers that are like not necessarily doing too well, in the sense of like they don't have many viewers and all that kind of crap. And at least today and generally when streaming esports, I do have a good amount of viewers, I would say. Of course, it can always be more, but I'm definitely well freaking aware of the fact that it could always be less as well. I think like, I don't even know the exact percentage of people that are streaming to 0 viewers generally. But I know that it's bigger than you'd expect on a platform like Twitch. Ooh, this one from GF actually looking sort of decent. Kinda curious if you can make the bowler stay up. Because Queen has just gone down, unfortunately, and he can't make the bowler stay up. That's sad. But definitely great percent, that's for sure. This one well into the 90s actually. You're gonna be reaching 94 for sure, maybe 95 if he's lucky. Or if the giant can do anything. Yes, he can. Okay. 24 seconds. If only that baby dragon was defense targeting, he could have even tripled maybe. But now 95 for GFFT. Kind of curious what it stands for. But all I do know that the difference right now being 11.6%. In other words, that is a full 58 buildings. Is that right? Yeah, because the difference was 29, and then Domi got a 66, and now GF got a 52, 95. So that's 29 again. Yo, Hellstorm, how are you? Welcome. So then 2 times 29 is 58. Also, guys, would you believe it if I tell you that the playlist that we're listening to is... Oh, that's not my Spotify. This is my Spotify. The most recent song addition to that was on August 16th, 2017. Let me actually see when the first song was added to that. Well, okay, only like 2 months earlier on June 26th, 2017. But that would make this playlist pretty much 9 years old. Kind of weird to think about the fact that I've already been on Spotify for that long. Right, but let's see what Ruben Feig can do. Gonna be coming in with the RC charge. Gonna be finding the Tesla farm, but making it invisible. Gonna be guiding that RC right to the Flame Flinger. Fire Spitter. Almost the same. Offensive Flame Flinger. Defensive Flame Flinger, I mean. In the meantime, gonna be trying to sui out the Revenge Tower, it looks like, with the Dragon Duke. Using the default equipment. Which should allow him, or would have allowed him to get it if it weren't for the fact that he had the Guardian right there. Let's see, with the death damage he does get it though, so I guess that's sort of a win-ish. But let's see what he can do for the rest. Of course, easily gets through the town hall. But now onto the overgrown part of the base. Interesting that he's also has distracted with a had it distracted with a totem spell. A little bit of a double thing, but that's fine. Kind of weird because I was thinking he was doing way better percent-wise than what he actually is at. But then you see, you look and you see that there's a whole section of the base still up. So you're like, yeah, it can't be that high then. But still reaching into the 80s, okay. Gonna reach to about, yeah, I was about to say 85, 86. I think he doesn't have enough time to get into the 90s. Yeah, no, with like 10 seconds on the clock, that's not gonna work. Does get the best percent by far though of his team, I think, at this point. Ooh, barely even gets it into the, doesn't get it into the 90s. 88% for Ruben Feig. Let's see, and indeed that is definitely the best percent. 16% above what Invictus got. But that's still gonna be a potential big deficit though that FL Academy is gonna be facing. So they're gonna have to hope for a misstep by Neptune. Let's see, it is a wits. And let's see what Wits is up to. He's gonna be starting with the Dragon Duke Walk. And indeed, it looks to have the Fangs deployed or equipped. I meant, not deployed. Dragon Duke deployed, Fangs equipped. That's what it's supposed to look like. Right, nice little bit of chaining going on. Gets it onto the lava launcher. Ooh, a little bit of a misplay in the form of that one invis. Gonna have to... Ooh, double back here. Not sure if that's actually gonna work out well. Of course, with the death damage, we'll get the Builder Hut, but of course was also looking for the Revenge Tower. Overgrowth coming down now on that Revenge Tower, as well as the... Ooh, the Sweeper actually got hit. Nice. That is very, very important here. Otherwise, he would have been fighting it the entire way through the Town Hall. And that would have been basically making his life to hell. Wait, for a sec I thought I saw cloned loons, but that's... No, that's just bullshit. I might try focusing Duke. Yeah. Seems to be pretty OP, honestly. Let's see, of course we do have the revive still for that same Duke that we're talking about. Feel like we're waiting for the overgrowth to wear off for the Duke to be revived. Exactly what I thought we would be looking for. Ooh, perfect. That freeze working out super, super well. Also really good hit. Yeah, I agree. 50 seconds on the clock. So time-wise, we're looking good. Only thing is going to be reaching that. I guess we are going to be able to reach that scatter shot. Then the question is going to be, with the Queen still up, are we going to have enough power to get through this? The Root Rider is going to go down. I just now noticed that we're not even running a maxed out Warden. And no power or no hero potion either. And again, gonna be well into the 90s, but I think we are just gonna be running short. Indeed, we are 95 for a wit. Nice try. He went in a... Yeah, correct. But in this case, it has even a more extended that gap that a Neptune had. Now to a full 13% or 65 buildings. Damn, that's gonna suck for Ruben. She was like, well, at least I might claw back some percent, but no. Neptune is just gonna say, yeah, well, you know, that's a nice percent you got there. Let us just like go ahead and get even more in your bases. Sucks to be you. But let's see. FL would definitely need a triple, and even then, of course, if a Neptune triples back, it's easy peasy. But it's gonna be down to Lala. Let's get the hit left, and Rihan with the hit left on the other side. And on the defense, we have Cool Groove on the side of Neptune, and we got Lala. Ooh, the Lala able to claim a potential hero role for his team. Having both the final hit on offense and defense. Alright, let's see what it can do on offense. It's gonna indeed need to triple to have any chance at a win here. And since we are in the round of 256, we are in knockout wars. So this is a one and done type of war that we're fighting right now. It's not like if you screw up here, you can just get back into it later. Gonna be, you screw up? Well, sucks to be you, you're out. But let's see though what Lala's up to. No pressure, of course. Well, full pressure, but no pressure, you know what I mean? Let's see what the change are gonna go do. Not much. Meantime, Queen from the top side, we are gonna be rocking the Super Bowlers here. On this hit of Lala. Kinda made me think of freaking Teletubbies or whatever. However you pronounce that in English, I don't know. But let's see what those bowlers are able to do. Always risky going in far side from the town hall. I feel like in a lot of these cases, it's basically the only choice you have. Ooh, wow, do we even have the... Oh, we have the freaking, what is it, metal pants thingy on the main prince. But we are not looking great here, especially with the defensive BK staying up. Able to distract, and oh, even the Guardian, the Logger is still at full health pretty much. This is gonna be a 1-star. That's a bit anticlimactic. Well, that's just gonna mean that basically almost any 1-star will do it for the win for Neptune. Basically getting, well, 15% or higher is going to be a surefire win. Damn. Anticlimactic. I guess then in that regard it's better getting a 1-star in the first hit, because then at least you have 4 hits to fight back for a big fat victory. In this case, yeah, well, you just need to basically bring it home. Bro, streaming our first merchant is... Oh, wow, that sucks, yeah. Rip Lemming. Average of... Oh, damn, yeah. I was about to say, like, I definitely have seen at least like the main team of FruchtLabor before. And I always thought they were a very, very good team. So I was kind of surprised. And I hope, of course, you guys don't take any of the potential, like, sort of touchy comments that I may have made in a bad way, because I don't mean them in that way at all. But let's see what Rion is up to. Rion is going to also be coming in with boaters. And again, basically going to be the same strategy as we just saw. Let's see what we can do. Damn, I love those chains. Alright, now gonna chain right onto the monolith. Let's get a... Ooh, has some headhunters in the CC. But might just chain... Ooh, it's gonna indeed chain right onto them and take them out. Looks like we were out of invis, unfortunately, so not gonna be able to do much more. And I'm gonna be bringing in the boaters to go and walk basically right into the town hall. Hopefully able to take advantage enough of the dead space that we have, and does seem to be able to do that. Hopefully those boaters will still find their way towards the town hall. You would think enough of a funnel has been set. And indeed here as well, running Hero Torch and the Eternal Tome. Green Clone doing amazing work getting rid of that annoying logger. Only having 2 or 3 super boaters left though, so that's not great, I think. Unless I'm seeing it wrong, but it looks like 2 or 3. Still a bunch of spells in hand though, so interesting to see what he's gonna do with that. Of course, with that 2-star, it's already gonna be enough for a victory. So I guess in that regard, Lala shouldn't feel bad that he got a 1-star, because if he got a 2-star, then it would still have been a victory for Neptune. Right, looks like we're gonna be ending it on the 4-star percent. Yes, sir, we are Rion with the 69. Nice. And that is gonna do it for this one. It is gonna be a 10-9 victory for Neptune eSports over FL Academy. 84.8% to 73.8%. So in total, we're gonna be seeing a 55% difference. Let's see, I don't know if anyone actually ended up voting in this prediction. It doesn't look like it, but we're gonna pay it out as we should anyway. And I think with that, we are also gonna be calling it a night here, guys. I do want to thank you all for watching. I am gonna see if someone is streaming Clash right now that we can raid, so we can keep the show going on their channel. Let's see. Looks like Matt is playing Clash, so let's go over and raid Matt Gizmo. Make sure to spread some love over to him as well. And I will hopefully be able to be back on a Sunday for you guys. That's definitely going to be a chill stream, because I'm probably going to be very exhausted from TwitchCon. But for now, guys, enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. No worries, Spicy Tofi. Was a cool match. And thank you, Hellstorm. And of course, guys, I wish you a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.